Hi guys, and welcome back to the Study Hack series. This is the 32nd episode in the series, and in this episode we'll be looking at techniques or strategies for remembering formulae. So lots of different formula. How do you remember them? Okay, so again we're going to start with a quote, which is, "The formula for success is simple. Practice and concentration, then more practice and more concentration." That is by Babe Didrikson Zaharias. You see, so there are loads of different formula that you're going to have to remember throughout your entire education at loads of different levels. And often what happens in an exam is they don't actually give you the formula, okay? You're expected to remember it off by heart. And I'll just give you an example in terms of GCSE physics, for which there are loads of different formulae to remember. If you've got so many, can you actually use strategies to remember them? And first of all, we look at why it's extremely important that you remember a formula. So imagine you're staring down at a question, it's worth 3 marks. They give you a bunch of numbers and give you certain details, and you have to remember what that formula is for that question to use, okay? Now the thing is, if you record the formula wrong, if you write down, in other words, if you got the formula wrong way around, and then you substitute the numbers in, you're going to get a completely different answer, wrong answer, in which case you're going to lose many marks, okay? So you see how something that seems so minor, like remembering a formula, can be quite important, okay? So I'm going to share with you a strategy that I use to help me remember loads of different formulae, okay? And the strategy is sounding out the formula. Very simple, sounding it out, coupled with a formula triangle. Okay, I'll just show you that, and I'll post a description to a formula triangle so you can better understand or visualize exactly what I'm trying to say. So again, I said I'm going to focus on like GCSE physics and specifically electricity, the topic electricity within physics. And I'm going to start off with Ohm's law. Ohm's law states V equals I times R. In other words, voltage equals current times resistance. So in the formula triangle, you have voltage at the top, current there, and the current at the bottom, and resistance at the bottom as well. Okay, so if you want to find out rearrange it, then V equals I times R, I equals V divided by R, and R equals V divided by I. That's how you use the formula triangle. And it works for pretty much so many different formulae. I'll give you another example of how I'll sound one out. Kit. Charge equals current times time. Kit. Evke. Energy equals voltage times charge. Piv. Power equals current times voltage. Pi squared R. Power equals current squared times resistance. Ept. Energy equals power times time. Okay, so you can see how I'm basically sounding out these triangles, also visualizing the triangle in my head. So sounding out the formula and finding a way that you can rearrange the letters so you can sound it out and remember it can be a massive boost to you in terms of helping you remember these formula. Because when you've got so many to remember, obviously it's good to understand the science behind it, which can help remember it, but as a basic thing, what you can do to help you, like in the first place, is just sound it out, okay? Just have like a mnemonic, a memory device, which this is, to help you actually remember it. So the action step would be to try and use this mnemonic of sounding out formulae, obviously coupled with or without the triangles, the formula triangles, to help you remember the formulae. Of course, after that, then you need to rearrange the formula, okay? And we're looking at in another action step, okay, depending on what the question's asking. Now, another thing that you need to be careful of is with these formulae as well, is that you need to remember the actual units for these formulae, okay? So, for example, with V, voltage equals current times resistance, then voltage is in volts, current is in amps, and resistance is in ohms. That's something that's a bit harder to use a memory device for. Obviously, if you come up with one, then that can help you, but you're going to need to remember the units for each different component of that formula as well. Okay, so bear that in mind, and we're looking at it in a study hack. Okay, so please like this video, comment down below, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel so you keep on getting content, and I will see you in the next study hack.